The last logo design that we're going to do is the Chanel. So I'm going to zoom in on there. This one is a complete typographical solution, so we don't have to draw stuff. But I can show first one solution to actually drawing the C in the Chanel logo. So again, scaling from center, Shift and Alt, I can kind of place this circle fairly close to where it needs to be. I'd say that's not bad. I'm then going to use the copy function, Control C, and the paste in place function, or paste on top, Control F. I've now got two circles sitting directly on top of each other. Holding Shift and Alt, I can scale that out until it runs into the outside diameter of that letter C. And I'm now going to consider how to get these angles here. So probably the easiest solution is to get the polygon tool, click and drag out a shape, down arrow until it gets to a triangle. I'm going to hold Shift to create a flat base to the triangle. Changing to my selection tool, I can now hold Shift and rotate the triangle to 90 degrees. It's not exactly what you would want, but it's not horrible. So something we can also do, let me go Control Z. I think I may have not rotated that triangle very well. So rotating the triangle like that seems to actually line up with those cut marks. Now what I'm going to do is make these all fill black. So Shift X, all the strokes went to fills. I'm going to extend this circle just a little bit. Shift Alt, make it a little bigger. Then I'll do Shift M, get into my shape builder, and then to delete or erase, I'll hold the Alt key, click and drag across the parts I don't want, and release the mouse. So that creates the C shape. Nice thing now that I have the C is I can hold Alt, I can click and drag to make a copy, and then I can just rotate. Whoa, sorry about that. So again, to rotate something, you just go to the bounding box, outside corner. So it's right here, or I can show it here. And I can click around. If I hold Shift, it'll actually lock into 45 and 90 degree increments. And I'm going to hold Shift and move that C over. And I would say that's pretty good. It's not dead perfect, but I think it's going to be good for our purposes today. The last thing is just putting in the type. So I'm going to click again. I've already got Century Gothic, which seems to be a pretty good typeface. And then I'm just going to type in Chanel, C-H-A-N-E-L. Scale it down. I'm going to go until the cap height is the same, and then maybe I'll lead it out. So this would be considered a no-no, but I'm actually stretching the type out sideways, and I don't know if I really like that. I'm going to go Control Z. Maybe, no, I think it would have to be bold. You could also track out the type. I'm going to put that back to 0. If I push more space between the letters, they can also create the same effect. And so I think actually tracking it out seems to be the better solution. I'm going to drop the point size just a little bit and continue to track it out. And I'm just modifying all this within the characters palette of that font. I'm going to consider that good. I'll pull it down. If you want to modify the L and just make it a little bit longer, or maybe make the H a little bit longer, again, you can always outline the font. So Shift Control O. If I take my direct selection tool, I can actually pull just these last two anchors here and get a little bit of a longer L and a foot. I can also just select the part of the H I want to pull out. I can kind of widen it that way as well. And there's your Chanel logo.